Everybody, okay, so I'm going to give a couple of thoughts that I had on the Pope Francis phenomenon. It sort of is like a phenomenon, right? I mean, I'm not a Pope expert, but I do know that there used to be a Pope before Pope Francis, and you would hear about him sometimes. Like popes are relatively famous, so you grab a few headlines, but this one you hear about all the time. And the context that you hear about him from, you don't just hear about him within religious or Catholic circles, you hear about him all over the place. Like I was last night just minding my own business, trying to drive from here to Paoli. You know, you go up on the turnpike to 202. I'm sure that's interesting to the people online. But there was multiple, you know those road signs that blink yellow and say it's going to be 50 minutes to drive 10 miles? They were all saying, tomorrow, when the Pope's here, you can't drive anywhere. You're in trouble. The world is ending because the Pope's going to be, like, this was a big deal. There was billboards saying, hey, the Pope is cool, or something. I don't know the exact phrasing. So it's a big deal. And why? The question is why? And it's because of stuff that he does. You know, he had these pictures up before of stuff. I just realized if I point up during this, don't panic. That's not like a spiritual thing. It's just slide. So this is the question I want to open up on. Why is it cool when the Pope does it? The things that the Pope does, we've had some mentioned already. There was one I saw where there's this guy who had a genetic condition who had all kinds of bumps on his skin and stuff, and there's a picture of the Pope just, come here, just hugging him like that. Either the Pope put up some refugees at the Vatican, some people like the stances the Pope takes on larger issues. Whatever it is, all those things, I mean, there's other people that have done those kinds of things, right? And maybe to greater extents in different areas. But why is it cool when the Pope does it? Why is everybody going nuts about it? So that's what I was thinking over. And I think it comes down to, it's almost a reactionary thing, because there is this contradiction that I think surrounds organized religion, the churches, and I think the Pope is a break from that, and people are recognizing that. And that contradiction is this. You're saying that you're love, but you're not. There's a lot of contractions in there. But what that means is you're saying, you hear in churches those kinds of things, we're all about the love of God. We're all about love for your fellow man. We're the love of Jesus Christ. But not with all. You meet some of the people, and they're not nice. They're mean, actually. Meaner than regular people. And part of what I do for my job is we put out spiritually themed material, like on the web. So we'll get people that come and see our stuff, and without even watching it or knowing anything about what it says, they'll just see some trigger words like God or heaven or something, and they come in, keyboard blazing, like, this, you religious people make me so mad, get out of here, da, 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 because they've had some seriously negative experiences with religious people. Not all of them, but with some. And also, plenty of religious people show up on the forums, and they're not nice. They're mean, and they're like commenting, attacking people, and not just theologically, like you have wrong beliefs, but just like they'll be like their name is like Jesus is love, and they're like, you're such an idiot to somebody else on the forum board. So people see this, you're saying that you're love, but you're not. When the Pope Francis came in, it was a big deal because the Catholic Church was mired in all these scandals, right? We're going to sit here and talk about, the family is so important to do the right things, and then there's all these priests getting these abuse scandals. And so people saw, this is something different, because before you were saying that you're love, but you're not. And this is I'm not just going after religion. This is something that comes up in a lot of different areas, including positions of power. You guys want to talk politics? It doesn't matter which side you're on. I think, there's probably multiple sides, but you can think of it's pretty common to say, oh, there's a politician, you see a story on the news, was taking money to try to run the state or wherever you're governing, and you get up on stage as a politician and you're like, I care about the people. If you elect me, I'm going to serve the people. I'm going to do what you want, and I care about you and how your lives are going and your needs, and I'm going to meet those, and that's why you should elect me. And you find out, they were using all the office money to buy themselves an SUV and a jet ski, and they're just paying back their friends who got them in office. They talk like they love, but they don't. They love themselves, right? In some instances. You see that, or you see like there are regulatory bodies, like where some government agency that is supposed to protect us from some aspect of industry, and you're like, okay, great, you're going to protect us, but you find out the guy who was in charge of that used to work for the company in the industry that he's regulating, and then when he's done, he goes back, and it turns out all the laws that he passed favor that company. So it's like, you say that you're the love of protecting the well-being of people, but you're the love of money. I mean, you're the love of getting cash, right? So pick whichever one doesn't set you off politically. But you do see this. Positions of power saying, we're love for everybody, but it doesn't play out that way in actions. Corporations, too. I feel like whenever I watch TV, the only commercials that are on are for prescription drugs, right? I mean, I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's, my name is Jane, and I used to have sore joints, but now I take this thing, and I'm really happy and cool, and I have nice kids. And then it's like, side effects may include you can no longer eat food, all your bones are destroyed, you and your whole family are paralyzed for life. Talk to your doctor about, but that at the end, because it's like, the doctor is trained to know what to do, but the commercial is trying to get you to circumnavigate that and trying to push for something that you don't know the health situation with. So the commercial is saying, we care so much about your life and your happiness, but it's pushing you to buy something that you don't know if that's the right thing for you or not. So it sounds like we're acting like we're love. We're like this deep love for your life, but we're actually we're trying to get money. But it's okay. So those are some places that phenomenon shows up. Also, this is the biggest one, in my humble opinion, that just person to person, perhaps you've experienced somebody saying, I'm just doing this because I love you, or I care about the community or the family or something like that, but it seems to you like they just care about what they want and being right, or getting things how they want. And of course, if they do it, we do it. We are them. Sometimes you're talking and you say something really nice, but really you're trying to get something back out of it, or you're sort of being passive aggressive with it. This is a phenomenon that occurs, and that's all right, But we see it there where it's really devious is inside your own mind about you. I don't know if you guys out there get negative thoughts from time to time. If you don't, there's a lot of people that do, that are bombarded by self-critical stuff. And this stuff, I have noticed through having experienced some of it myself, it claims that it is love. Meaning, there's people, you just talk to some people. I once did this project where I kind of organized a group of people and talked about sort of their negative head talk. And a lot of people are really under siege by it. But this stuff, always like people with, I'm no good, I'm not, nothing I ever do works. These people don't like me. But the thoughts in the head are saying, hey, I'm only telling you that you're no good so that you'll change and be cooler. I'm actually trying to help you out. Or it'll be like, I'm just trying to warn you about those people. People who try to hurt themselves, often they're under the impression it would be better if I wasn't around, because I'm such a drain on the world. So that they've been convinced by their mind that that's love to do that, but that's not love. And you look at the impact that kind of thing has. That's not love. So we see this even within our own minds, right? So we have this phenomenon all the time of things, people, organizations are claiming we're coming out of love, but we're not really. So that's why with religion, to see the Pope start to do some things that look like love, that's a big deal. And particularly with religion, I think. Because there you have this thing that I think everybody, even people who don't like religion or are outside it, you still hear them kind of talking about, oh, this is cool. What Pope Francis is doing is cool. Because I think that in the individual psyche, there's a space reserved for that kind of high-level talk about God and about the nature of life, where you want that love in there. And then in society, the idea of an organization who it's always its job to remind us of our common humanity and the bonds that we share and how to love each other, that's cool. And when people start to see you're walking the walk, you say that you're loving, you're acting loving, look at the firestorm that ignites. The band is supposed to come out right now because I'm getting close to my close, and I'm going to give them that little tip so you guys could come out and then set up so that I don't leave you high and dry. So my point was that love is potent, and I think that that's part of why you see people, this sort of fulfilled potential. This is love. It says it's love, and it is love. So if that's part of what's driving it, then we can all play roles in that. We can notice in us, when do we say that we're love and we're not? Maybe instead just say, I'm not love right now. Give me a few minutes. But and just like try to support where you do see it coming out. And I think that's what you guys are doing today. I think that's what the phenomenon is because when Pope Francis came in, there was this huge darkness over the Catholic Church as an organization. And now people are saying, hey, maybe this thing is going to be the thing that we all want it to be. All right, so we can do that all individually and collectively and in small groups. All right, so we're going to have some more music now. Thanks, guys, very much.